What's up guys, it's Roger and welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to use your blink in Trials of Osiris on Javelin-4. Now before we get into it, I do want to say really quick, I am launching a second channel where I'm going to play other games. I'm going to have that linked in the top right and in the description. I'm going to be releasing a bunch of new videos today, launching the channel today, so if you want to go do that, probably around 5 or 6 p.m. Eastern is when we're releasing all those videos. If you want to support me, I'd very much appreciate it, but that is not the main point right now. We're going to get to this build in a second, and I do want to say Trials this weekend has been really fun so far. It's on Javelin-4, which is my favorite map in the entire game. I think Javelin-4 is an extremely balanced map. It has really good sightlines where no matter what your TTK is with almost any gun or loadout, you're usually going to be able to get a kill in time before the enemy can get behind cover, and I really like that. There's a lot of good places that you can kind of head glitch or whatnot, but they're not too scummy, you know? You have the staircases coming out of somewhere like A or C flag, but really, if you have good aim, you can just kind of knock those heads off. And I know whenever I say that, people are like, yeah, you're assuming a lot that think that I actually have good aim, and I know, hey, we all suck at aiming sometimes, but, you know, you're going to hit those 3 taps sometimes, they're just crispy as all hell, and you're going to be like, baby, I'm on point today. So if you're doing that, you're going to feel real good, and honestly, that's kind of where my build comes from today. I wanted to go for a very simple build. Last week I used Blink Hunter. You can go back and watch that when we were on Midtown Trials. I had a heck of a time, I had a lot of fun, and this week I wanted to come back to my bread and butter, Blink Warlock, and I wanted to use it at its strongest with Astrocyte Burst on. Now I wanted just to pair a very basic, straightforward, but effective build with this, and so to do that I went with a couple of weapons that I love very, very much. My favorite hand cannon in the game right here is Austringer. Now of course Austringer is a craftable 140 RPM hand cannon, and this thing is pretty poggy. I mean, look at this, got that Trials Memento on there, and you can tell level 36. I use this thing quite a bit. I mean, I know I see some people with like level 200 guns, and I'm just like, dude, I don't know, you gotta go touch some grass, maybe take a few nibbles of it and see what it tastes like, because brother, you're just drinking gamer fuel all day, aren't you? And this is not good for your health, I gotta tell you. But crafted God Roll Austringer is so beautiful. Let's take a look at what I have. So I use Hammer Forge rifling, ricochet rounds, my favorite rounds to have in the game. I put ricochet rounds on everything because you can do some funny stuff with them, and they're just so effective. Eye of the Storm enhanced. This weapon becomes more accurate and boosts handling as your health gets lower, increases stability, so when the health gets lower, you can just take those 1v1s very effectively, and it really just helps you win your ones, which is something we always want to see. Finish that off with Rangefinder, and this thing has crazy good range. Of course, we also do have 2 excess on here, so final blows of this weapon while your super is full grant a bonus to strength and discipline, so not that great of a passive, but you know, it could come in handy. So like I said, this is a beautiful hand cannon, definitely my favorite in the game. There are some close contenders like Ace of Spades maybe, but this thing is just so solid and all around beautiful that I can't not love it. But every good hero needs a sidekick, and that is where Retro Futurist is going to come in for us today. Now the Retro Futurist is a lightweight frame shotgun, which I always recommend you use with your blink. It pairs perfectly because you get plus 20 mobility when you have a lightweight frame weapon equipped into your hands, and you also get a 6.25% sprint speed bonus, which just goes beautifully with your blink, helps you get on top of your enemies very quickly and take them out. Now the Retro Futurist is actually my favorite shotgun in the entire game, and it's because of this perk combination right here. Quick Draw and Snapshot. I don't need any extra perks, so I can quick draw my shotgun out really, really quickly, and then I can also aim down sights very fast as well, which helps me get onto my target really quickly and take them out in one shot. Now this thing doesn't have the best range, but at 57 that's not too bad. Lightweight frame shotguns got nerfed quite a while ago, and it took a while for me to readjust to them, but this is still one of my favorites in the entire game. Now I could use Assault Mag here, but I don't think you need Assault Mag on something like lightweight frame shotguns. I think the hit to range that I would take by not putting on Accurized is too much, and I don't think you need any more rounds per minute out of these things because they're already lightweight frames that shoot so quickly. I have Small Bore on here for some extra range and stability, and it just makes this thing an all-around absolute champion of a shotgun, and I love it so much. Finish that off with a freehand grip mod just in case you ever do need to fire from the hip to make it a little bit more accurate. Or a heavy weapon, which I don't actually use today, but just in case you want to know what I have on, I do have the other half on. Love this sword so much. I'm still leveling it up right now. I need to get enhanced eager edge, but right now I have regular eager edge on there, little Vorpal weapons. I don't know what to use in this column. Am I supposed to use Vorpal weapons or like repulsor braids? You guys tell me what to use. For right now though, I have Vorpal weapons on just in case I want to fight somebody that is inside of their super. Now we can come over here to our mods and our armor. Now you can take a look at these mods, just some hand cannon targeting, hand cannon loader, taking charge, unflinching for both of our weapons, 1 to each, invigoration, powerful friends, and then some utility kickstart so we can get our rift back really, really quickly. That's something I love so much on Void Warlock, is you're always having your abilities up because everything plays off of each other so beautifully that you're just constantly getting your rift back, and then you're getting your clearance back, and then your grenade back, and it just all feeds into each other really, really well. Especially when you get Devour going, you're just getting your abilities up like crazy fast. Now speaking of our Void 3.0, why don't we go ahead and break that down? Now starting with our super here, I would recommend you use one of your Nova Bomb options. Of course these are going to be on such a low cooldown compared to Nova Warp, but Nova Warp is just much more fun, and you can wipe out an enemy team much more solidly and with confidence when you're using Nova Warp. The thing is, supers take so long if they're roaming supers to actually charge nowadays that you probably won't even get a Nova Warp before the match ends, assuming that most of your matches are ending before they get to around round 6 or 7. If they go to round 7 or higher, you most likely will get a Nova Warp, but I do still think it is better to run one of your Nova Bombs. That being said, just for a little bit of fun this week, I am running Nova Warp. For our abilities, we have Healing Rift, Blink of course, Pocket Singularity, and finishing that off we have Axion Bolts. I think Axion Bolts are a great choice, and like I said, there's a lot of ways to get your grenade energy back, especially since I have almost 90 discipline here, so we get the Axion Bolts pretty quickly, and I'll talk about that throughout the gameplay that I'll show you today, and it's just a beautiful thing to have. You can throw these in and I'll show you my strategies with these Axion Bolts. They are the best grenade to use on this map in my opinion, and I will show you exactly why that is the case once we get into this gameplay breakdown. For the aspects here, I'm going to be using Feed the Void, and Shout of the Old Gods, or as we call them in my channel, Clarence. Now these are going to give you 2 fragment slots each, so we get 4 fragments. With our Devour, of course, we can just go frag people out. While Devour is active, you're going to restore some health and extend your Devour, but you also get to take people out, and it gets you some grenade energy. So we also love to have that. That's what I'm saying. That's just another way we can get our grenade energy back really quickly and get those Axion Bolts ready for the next round to take our enemies out very quickly. Shout of the Old Gods, or Clarence of course, is very good at locking down areas, weakening your enemies, and letting you go for an aggressive push with your shotgun, or just hold the enemies down in an area if you want to play your time, and maybe hold an enemy's res. Clarence can do so many things, and he's just so beneficial to have as one of your aspects. I would definitely always recommend running these 2 aspects if you are going to be trying to sweat or try hard in your matches. Now let's go ahead by finishing these off with our fragments here. Of course, Echo of Dilation is something I tell you to have on 100% of the time you are running a Blink Warlock. While you are crouched, you're going to sneak faster and gain enhanced radar resolution, plus 10 mobility and plus 10 intellect. You can never go wrong with those raw stats, and that enhanced radar is actually something that, as a skilled player, you're really going to need to start leaning into. When you have that enhanced radar, you can break down where your enemies are very fine-tuned, and then go and really use your aggression with a lot of information in mind. Information is the name of the game. You're going to be looking at your radar 80% of the time that you're playing this game. Knowing when you can push is such a big part of this game, and that in-tuned radar is really going to help you do that. After that, we have Echo of Persistence, so this is going to make our Devour and any other void buffs we might get go from 10 seconds to 15 seconds of duration. 15 seconds of Devour is an extremely long time in a game like this. 15 seconds, and just those 5 extra seconds in general, are a very long time for stuff to happen in a game like Destiny. Everything is so fast-paced and happens so quickly, especially on a smaller map like Javelin where things are so tight and fights are constantly happening. You're going to want those 5 extra seconds of Devour. Just make sure you are keeping your recov at 100 because this does take away 10 recov from your overall stats. Next we have Echo of Expulsion. This is a beautiful fragment that I think might be slept on a little bit. Void ability final blows cause targets to explode. So you kill somebody with your melee charged or your Axion Bolts, they're going to explode after a second, and you get 10 intellect there, of course. Again, raw stats we can never go along with. But if people are grouping up a lot, this is really something you want to have on, because especially when you're fighting 3 stacks, we have freelance this week, which is awesome, but if you are fighting 3 stacks when you're queued up with your boys or something, or your girls, or, you know, just your friends is what I'm trying to say, then this is going to be an awesome fragment to have on, and I definitely recommend it. Finishing it off here with Echo of Remnants, so our Axion Bolts are going to chase for longer, and when it says for longer, it means it. These Axion Bolts chase for a decade. I've seen people run away from my Axion Bolts like they're running around the entire country of Uganda, and my Axion Bolts still manage to catch up and tickle their cheeks. Well, that is the entire build broken down, so I think we are about ready to hop into this gameplay breakdown. Like I said, if you want to go support my second channel, I'd very much appreciate that. I've had a lot of fun actually recording lately, and not doing strictly Destiny content has been very nice for me to kind of take a break and branch out a little bit, so any support you want to show me there would be very much appreciated, and any support on this video would be very much appreciated. If you want to subscribe at any point, I'd very much appreciate that, because we are on the road to 10k subs, and just leaving a like on a video can really help. It says to YouTube, hey, I'm enjoying this content, and then maybe they want to show more people that content, and that really helps me out. But if you just want to watch the video and enjoy, that's completely fine with me too. Anything helps, even just the view itself. But all that being said, we are ready to get into this gameplay, so let's go ahead and blink on into it. Now my strategy for this map is pretty simple. Usually I blink at a base once or twice. I love to come up to this corner if I spawn on this side, slap a rift down, grab Clarence, and throw my Axion Bolt. Now what you want to do is make sure you look at your radar first to see if you want to throw your Axion Bolt to the right or the left. You can see it did some damage there, and I actually decided to rush. Had a bit of a bad blink, so I decided to use my blinks so I could get out of combat and then reassess the situation. I wanted to take aim on the hallway in case anybody was there, but they weren't quite yet, so I came over to the right, took a nice 3-tap on this guy, and knocked his skull cap off. I was looking for the next group of homunculuses, and I saw that they were down there, so I decided I want to get aggressive and blink in behind him, use my shotgun to slap his pussy in the next week, and then put him in the dirt. I was going to go on the third guy right there. You saw me blink up onto him, but my teammate put him in a Chuck E. Cheese's ball pit, and I didn't really have to do much after that. Now, coming into this next clip, you can see we're on the other side. Again, I blink in, I slap my rift down so I can get clearance, and I'm looking around. I don't quite have my Axion yet, so if I don't have my Axion, I kind of look for different angles I can take, such as the B site here. Coming towards B site is always a great choice. If people group up in here just like this, even though I'm whiffing a little bit of my shots, and you get clearance in there, it's really good area control. And then, there you go. My Axion is up. Throw the Axion in there, create some space, go in with the shotgun, miss a little bit, but I was able to flick on that last guy and take both of those guys out. Feels real nice when you get to do that. Now, blinking into this next clip, you can see again, throw the Axion right there. People love to sit there, especially with snipers, whatever it may be. When your teammates can do little team shots with you just like that, you can get really quick picks. I fly in with the shotgun, absolutely map that kid. I'm looking at my radar. I see the last one is straight in front of me. So I blink forward, and at the range I saw him there, I knew I could rush him and map him with one shot. And this is what I'm saying why I love snapshot sights on shotgun so much. You saw how quickly I just aimed down sights straight onto his center of mass and just knocked him in the next week? Well, you can put your shotgun straight between someone's two cheeks, pull the trigger, and make their butthole look like a bag of lasagna. It's pretty nice stuff, and that's why snapshot is something that I love so much. Now, sometimes you can play outside, just like this round. Now, when I wanted to play outside, I kind of played more methodical. Usually when I was playing inside, I would go pretty hardcore, but playing outside, I just try to get around and just kind of hold angles. You can see there, I didn't even get any of those kills. My teammate got all three, but I did a lot of damage, and that's really what you're trying to do sometimes. Especially in freelance, you just need to make sure you're doing damage so your randoms, with whatever they're doing, can help you out and secure those kills. Now you can see there, something hit me in the head. I guess somebody, put a thumbtack under my foot or something, and I took half my health in one shot, so that wasn't too fun. I slap a rift down, grab clearance, use 2 blinks. That's already going to reposition me all the way around to this side of the map. I come up, and I just try to start taking shots at these guys. Now they're kind of playing back, which is smart, because we are as well. So I knew maybe I should take an angle on the right side. If I can get a flank on them, then I can set up something for my team. I did flick over to that guy really well. You see, I actually did hit him in the head with that flick shot right there, threw my Axion out, and then came back towards mid really quick. I knew if my Axion was going to track after throwing it, that I wanted to reposition, and you can see it actually did hit a few people there. I want to be there when my Axion hits, so that I can actually try to get some kind of utility and use out of my Axion. If it's going to do that damage, I want to be able to secure those kills. Unfortunately, I wasn't really able to follow up the Axion too well there, but it did do a good job of making the enemies fall back and get a little bit more weary of actually challenging us. You can see Clarence is sucking toes there. He's giving me some nice nade energy, which we love to have, and I'm just kind of waiting, watching my teammates' backs. You can see I'm crouching right there while I watch my radar. That's what I'm telling you with this echo of dilation. You want to crouch and get that really fine-tuned radar and see exactly where your enemies are before you take those crazy peeks. Now you can see I wanted to get my teammate here. I was stuck in a smoke grenade. I couldn't see for the life of me. It might be National Talk Like a Pirate Day a little while ago, but I certainly felt like a pirate because I had 2 eye patches over each one of my freaking eyes, and I just couldn't see where I was looking. Fly in there, smack that guy's pussy into the dirt. This guy gets above me, but all I wanted to do was blink over and land in the bubble because at this point, my teammate was capping anyway, so I was like, okay, screw it. I'll just land in the bubble and be a little good bubble boy, and we'll just capture this. And you can see I slapped this guy into next Tuesday when I come in with my shotgun here, so I think he was seeing stars after I hit him with that shotgun shot. Again, coming outside here, and I saw the enemy was right there. Then I saw my radar to my left, that they were kind of all around me. I saw all 3 people were outside, so I didn't want to be there anymore. Use my blinks tactically to use them as escape and get out of that situation. Get back to my teammates and see what they're doing. Now, they already had a pick, right? So now I needed to see how can I play this pick. I decided to walk forward a little bit. I wanted to throw my melee out, but unfortunately it kind of got stuck on the wall, which was okay. So I decided to fall back a bit. As long as both my teammates were alive, I knew we could do something good here. Took some really good shots on that guy, double tapped him, and made them fall back. Throw my rift down to 3-peak and grab clearance, and unfortunately my teammate got smacked into Uruguay, which wasn't too good for us. But I had some good shots here. Watch these guys die. You see him die there to clearance, and then he blew up. And I got to do, oh yeah, that guy, he was emoting on us. That's the only reason I bagged him. He took 132 damage, I believe it was, from the Echo of Expulsion. If you remember earlier, I was telling you, Echo of Expulsion, whenever your Void abilities get a final blow, they do an explosion, and it's pretty good damage. That guy was also weakened by Clarence. His teammate died to Clarence, and then the Echo of Expulsion blew up and did 132 damage to him. That's a lot. There's one other time in this gameplay that I'm going to point out to you, the Echo of Expulsion going crazy. Actually, 2 other times, I believe. And it's a really good thing to use if the enemies are grouping up like that. Now coming into this play, you can see I get a headshot there, but it's not the best range for me. I could move forward a little bit, but this hallway is a little bit dangerous for me, and I don't usually love to play in it if I can help it. I saw my teammate got a good pick, so I decided to fly in with the shotgun and see what I could do. This guy was in biz behind me, so I smacked him in the cheeks. My teammate cleaned him up, and I saw the last one was behind me as well, so I decided to fly around the corner, and then my teammate got dunked on. Now, I'm not LeBron James or Shaq, but I could certainly dunk myself, so that's exactly what I did. I flew in, and I said, swoosh, and smacked these guys into the the dirt with a little help from my teammate, of course. Now, blinking into this play, I'm coming towards mid again. I love setting up right here. Again, I see the enemies are more towards the left this time, so I throw my Axion towards the left. And then you can see they're both running from it. They're all around here. I decided just to throw my melee. If you're ever in doubt like that, just throw your melee out because the Pocket Singularity has amazing tracking. Do not sleep on the tracking of the Pocket Singularity. That thing will save your life more than you know it. Now, this lightning nade was pretty good from this enemy, but I decided to fall back for a second, take it out, and reposition. You can see Clarence is having a play date with the other Arc Soul in the top left, so I decided, hey buddy, I'm sorry, you gotta be more independent for yourself, so I sent him out. He kinda got stuck on the wall because he's yeah, he's not the smartest sometimes, but he's trying. I fly in, but I noticed I was about to hit a Titan Shield, so I stopped myself, turned around, punched this guy, and got really ready to smack the other guy in case he ran back at me, which he did. Now, I slid around the corner here and was ready to hit this guy. He flew in with a glaive, and my teammates showed on the backside of their hands when they gave him a little smack in the face. I'm looking at these enemies and I decide, how do I want to do this? Nice 2-tap on that guy, but unfortunately he did get out. I have Ricochet around, so I did take a couple of extra shots there before I reloaded. Slap a Rift down to 3-peek and grab Clarence. Now, if I can get Clarence out there, that's best case scenario. If this guy wants to peek with me, I take some 2 shots on him, 100 damage done to him, Clarence goes out, and I go in with a shotgun. I love challenging Titan shields. You can see I smacked that guy really easy through his shield. Now, Titans are always going to think they have the advantage when you rush their Titan shield, but as long as you know the timing of it, you're going to take them out. Remember, when you hit a Titan shield, you're going to start taking damage. It's going to mess with your screen a little bit, so just be ready for that. But if you can overcome those effects and really learn the timing of challenging Titan shields with a shotgun, that's something I would highly suggest doing. Now I throw an Axion in here, hit some nice shots, do a lot of damage. You can see, boom, there goes 1, boom, there goes 2. Go in with a shotgun, take the last one out, easy peasy. We love those quick rounds when you can use all of your abilities in conjunction. Here, Echo of Expulsion, again. Hit these guys, throw the melee in, big boom, they both just explode. I turn around, smack this guy in the head with my Austringer, and that's a nice 1v3 basically there. I mean, my teammates definitely helped, don't get me wrong. But, you know, whose name is on the kill? That's all I'm trying to say. You see in that bottom left, it said Roger, Roger, Roger. That's all I'm going to say, okay? Sounded like a droid from Star Wars over here with how much I'm saying Roger. Now, we're looking ahead here. They're trying to push towards the hallway. Hallway is a fun place to fight and takes these really nice hand cannon fights. As you can see, I 2-tap that guy, instantly reload, drop back down, tap that guy in the head 1 time, and I'm looking for the last enemy. Now, it looks like he's on our radar towards the left. I decide to blink him with a shotgun and just get behind him in case my teammates can't secure it, but he just went into a thunder crash of ages, looked like Hulk Hogan and absolutely body slamming into the ground, RKO out of nowhere, and I was feeling the pain. But luckily I was like, okay, my teammate has to clean this up, right? And he does pretty well with a nice little lightning nade, and his SMG plays there, he smacks him into the dirt, so thank you, teammate, I appreciate that. Again, throwing the Axion Bolt here, I will jump up sometimes and take some shots, because remember, you have plus 30 to your in-air accuracy, your airborne effectiveness stat, I should say, when you have Astrocyte Burst on. Here's an overworld play for you. I come around the corner, blow this guy's bussy into Sunday, come through the diamond door here, and blow this guy's bussy into Sunday as well. I mean, hey, maybe I even shot that guy all the way to Monday with how hard I hit him. Flying in here, slap the Rift down, Clarence. I messed up that Axion actually, and then that Witherhorde flew in, and I was like, ugh, I don't want to deal with this. Also, my teammate was AFK. He wasn't raging or anything. I mean, the game just started. I think he was changing his loadout, so that's fine. You can see he's coming to play right now. Smacked this guy in the head twice, and unfortunately, Clarence got a little confused again and stuck himself on the wall. Now, I saw this guy was coming up behind us, so I decided to turn around, tap him twice. Teammate finishes him off. I got really messed up, though, so I had to be careful. But I came in, and I saw that nade fly out, so I knew he was right there. Watch the trajectory that you see those nades fly out from, or bullets for that matter. When you see where they come from, you won't even need to check your radar because you can just fly in to exactly where you saw them shot from or thrown from. Now I take that third guy out, and then I was just sitting pretty. Come to the next round here again. Throw the Axion in there. You can see it's tracking to the left. Teammates are taking shots, and then just like that, I proc my Devour off that first kill. When I get an instant proc on my Devour, I get saucy. You can see I'm saucing in here. I'm like, boom, boom, baby, your bushy's mine. Pop him real quick. Looking at the last guy, and you can see I do a little time skip here because my teammate ended up finishing him off. But that's what I'm saying. When you have Devour, don't be afraid to go balls to the wall crazy and use that Devour, because chances are you could probably wipe out the entire enemy squad if you really know how to control your aggression correctly. Take some nice shots on this guy in conjunction with my Axion Bolt, easily slap him into the ground, and I'm looking around. I see someone to my left and someone to my right. I blink above this guy. My teammates did a lot of damage to him. I only hit 4 pellets there, but luckily since my teammate was so good at hitting his damage, I was able to easily clean that guy up. Again, shotguns are not that great in the air, but with your airborne effectiveness from your Astrocyte Burst, it does kind of offset a little bit, so if you do want to use your shotgun in the air with Astrocyte Burst on, I will say you can do it. Just be careful about it and make sure you're aiming quite a bit on point before you take those shots. Now here we were getting pushed a little bit. I helped my teammate out, hit some shots on that guy, threw my melee in, it did not track, but I saw on my radar they were all to the left. So I just took my hand cannon and was ready to aim on them. Smacked this guy pretty good and decided I want to fly on my shotgun. That's exactly what I do. Smack him, punch him in the nut, get a really nice map onto that guy, and my teammates follow up beautifully to just knock them all out. Now you know what they say, if it's not broke then don't fix it, so I do not change it. Throw the Axion out there, you can see it tracking amazingly, and I kind of missed some shots on this guy and I was like, uh-oh. So I had to blink up really quick, just get out of their line of sight, slap a rift down, my teammate helped me out beautifully, and I just decided to hold my aim to the right, because my teammates were covering the left. So I knew if he pushed to the right, I could hit him there, my teammates would cover the left. Just, cover the opposite of what your teammates are. Smack that guy in the head a few times, and we all work very well together to win that round. Now coming into here, I wanted to fly into the hallway a little bit, because I didn't have any of my abilities up, only my melee. If I do not have my rift or my Axion bolt, I do not challenge too much. I decided I can sit back and see what the enemy is going to do first. I turn around on this guy, smack him a little bit, throw my melee. I knew that was going to push him to the side, so I had time to just blink backwards and let my teammates finish him off. I blink into the wall here, bounce myself off the wall, and then smack this guy really quick. He has Paragon Grease, so that's so much fun, just getting one shot by a seismic charge, right? Thanks, Bungie. That's a yummy play. Screw you, I hate everything about you, Bungie. So coming into this play, you can see I'm aiming onto this guy with my Austringer. Again, I want to get clearance out there really quick if I can, especially since I don't have the Axion bolt ready yet. But I decided to fall back and take a new position. Don't ever doubt that you can't do this. You have Blink. It's the fastest movement ability in the game, and it's so good for rotating. If you want to rotate half the map away in about 4 seconds, you can do that with your blink. So if you need to do that and reposition, especially to get a nice flank, don't be afraid to just leave your positioning and do that. Now coming on here, you can be very aggressive with this blink and you can get on the B site like this very, very quickly. I saw 2 of them were to my left. I used my dilation radar while I slid just to kind of check even more in depth. I saw that guy was very low, and unfortunately he ran through and I didn't have the quickest reaction time to shoot him. Now I knew they were sniping, so I was a little scared, but I was able to 3-tap this guy very, very nicely, or so I thought. I actually missed that last tap, which was very bad, and I was like, oh shoot. So I had to kind of readjust, but luckily I was able to smack that guy pretty well, turn around and flick onto that guy solidly and take him out. I don't know where my teammate was. I guess he was flying around in La La Land back here in the hallway, but hey, it's okay. I got it covered by myself, right? I'm a pufferfish after all. I got, my body covered in spikes. I can just kind of roll around and take people out. Speaking of taking people out, we're going to do that with an Axion bolt here by throwing it in there and just kind of making them run away. You can see 101 damage. Well, I guess it was kind of 103 damage. And then they actually hit the second one as well. Now they're low, they don't want to challenge, and I can go ahead and hold them back even harder. I blink in here, I take my shotgun, I blow him up, and you see there, this second guy actually took another about 103 damage because I killed that first guy with my melee, and he blew up after I killed him with the melee from Echo of Expulsion. That's what I'm saying. When people are going to rush in this Echo of Expulsion explosion, they're going to take around 100 damage, if not more, especially if they're weakened. They'll take around 130 to 140 damage, depending on the resilience level. Now you can see these guys kind of got pussy bopped, and that last guy kind of quit even, so I was like, oops, sorry. Missed my taps on this guy a little bit, but I threw in my Axion bolt here. He decided that he wanted to kind of back up. I was like, okay, I'll grab clearance and I'll take my peek to the right. Teammate got a nice pick. I came around on this guy, hit him in the head once, and by the time I was already in the jump there, he put down this ice nade, and I was like, screw it. I'm just going to commit to the blink and take him out, so that's exactly what I did. Now, this guy was lag abusing super hard. You can see him kind of like flying around there, and I was like, oh god, here we go again. Lag abuse has been crazy lately. You can see, look, he's dead. And there we go. Now it finally processes. About 3 solid seconds later, it finally processes. Yeah, you actually did kill him. It's like, are you playing in a McDonald's on a toaster in fucking Paraguay? Where are you, my dude? Are you literally an underground mole man? Because I don't understand how your internet connection can be that bad. Unless that's the case, but even if he's not the Underminer from The Incredibles, then it's not really a problem. We throw in the Axion, we're looking around. I smack this guy with my melee, now he's going to be volatile. I just take some easy shots, blink over this box, and my teammate blows them up. You can see, that second guy actually died from controlled demolition. I think that might have been from me making him volatile, although it might have been my teammate's controlled demolition, because if somebody gets a kill off of your volatile, oh, you can see the airborne effectiveness right there, that's what I'm telling you, easy one-touch, baby. If somebody gets a kill off of your volatile charge, it counts as their kill, even though it's your volatile that did the controlled demolition. Kind of silly in my opinion. I think if you made them volatile, then you should get the credit for it. Does that make sense to everyone else? I don't know. Maybe you're not on the same page as me, but We could be in different books for all I know. All I know is you're looking pretty good today. It's not the point. Coming into these last few plays here, this is, you know, just the classic. Slap down the rift, we grab clearance, we're looking around. We see a bunch of them to the left on the radar, so we want to get an angle. I tap this guy in the head one, take him out with my teammate, and this guy starts flying up again. Again, inner accuracy, boom, take him out. His teammate comes up and gives me a little massage on my butt cheeks, which I didn't really like, and I did not consent to, by the way, but it was okay. I just wanted to get that clip to you guys so I could show you how good your airborne effectiveness is. And in my opinion, a lot of airborne effectiveness doesn't really even come down to the stats or the guns or the exotics. It comes down to your shot. I've had low levels of airborne effectiveness and still hit my shots just the same as when I have high levels of it. I really personally do not think it affects it that much, and I think overall, 90% of what affects if you're going to hit a shot in midair is your personal aim. But I could be wrong on that, but that's just my personal observations, what I have noticed. Now, when there are people behind a Titan shield like this, you can kind of bait them out. Just take peek shots like this. You can see me walking back and forth as I take these shots and just waiting. Every 1 second or so, he's going to be very predictable and come out from behind that shield, show his little head to me. Even if he's not doing the hokey pokey, you can just take an extra little second and take him out. Now, this guy's all the way back in the hallway, so I wanted to slide in, get an angle on him and take him out. But my teammates had them really grilled back there. You know, they had the George Foreman grill. They put their hands and feet in there and just kind of sizzled them down. And I was like, hey, baby, works for me. Blinking in this last play here, and you know we got to finish it off with a strong one, although a pretty normal one. Throwing in the Axion, taking some shots in midair because we have that airborne effectiveness, do tapping that guy, and we're just like, what do we want to do next? Well, we see them outside, so we're going to blink up with our shotgun, map this guy, and then blink really quick because this guy has his shots on us. I kind of missed a lot of my shotgun shot there, but it was enough to distract him, take him out with the teammates, and then they smacked the last guy, and it was just a beautiful finish to that round. And oh, I actually do have one more play for you guys. I thought I only had 32, but I have 33. Wow, I surprise myself sometimes. You can see some nice taps on this guy, take him out, put a rift down before I reload because I still have 7 bullets, which would be easy enough to solo, you know, the entire rest of these guys. You can see that angle right there. I only bodied that guy, but remember, that's a good angle. You can see all the way on the staircase from that B site there, so make sure you're using angles like that. Now we are going to come into the lighthouse here, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to stick around, you can see the loot that I got, because of course this week was the first time that we have had the Adept bow. So I'm going to show you the first roll I got of that Adept bow. I kept playing on the same card with my like full wins. I think I got like 4 or 5 pretty good bow rolls. I'm not a bow player anyways, but I don't know, maybe I'll try this thing out at some point. So I wanted to go ahead and put this lighthouse footage in here for you guys and show you what my roll is. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Again, I do want to say I'm going to have the second channel launching later today. I will have that again in the top right and in the description. It's called Roger's Aquarium. So if you want to come and welcome into my home, into my aquarium, put on a snorkel or, you know, some kind of apparatus to get you some air while you're down there, probably just hold your breath, it's fine, you don't have to be there too long, then that'd be probably a good idea, because I do love underwater, of course. I mean, I'm a pufferfish, what can I say? But I'd love to have you. I'm playing a lot of indie games and whatnot, and I'll play different stuff later on, maybe some different FPSs, but for now, I'm going to be starting with some indie games and whatnot, just some fun stuff. It's fun to take a break from the FPS stuff, because I'm just playing Destiny so much, and especially with how frustrating Destiny has been in the last month or two, it's been nice to take a break. So I'd really appreciate any support you want to give me over there. But if you want to leave a like on this video too, I would really, really appreciate that, because like I said earlier, it really does help, you know? It sends that signal to YouTube like, hey, you see I'm just fooling around with shaders here. I was like, ooh, what shader looks the prettiest? And I put that Callisis Selected down there on the end, because Callisis Selected is the best shader in the game. Do not at me. We all know it's true. But yeah, a like really does help on these videos, so I really appreciate it if you want to do that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the commentary today. Oh, yeah, I was just screwing with you guys there. I was like, I know if I pretend like I'm going to dismantle this thing, people are going to freak out, so I had to do it to you. Sprinkle some salt on you guys while on your way out here. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a great day, Guardians.